Hello and welcome to this Sunday, July 28th, 2019 episode of Hello and welcome. Today is the first time I have streamed it across so many different platforms. I've got on Facebook Live, on YouTube Live, on free conference call live. I'm also doing an anchor podcast, and I'm seeing low network connection on my one phone. I am sort of far away from the router. I was working on getting Comcast out here to get an extender, had some issues. So I'm rethinking things this morning. I've been thinking from a place of lack, and I had a bit of a problem with Comcast because I signed a 3-year contract. I have a little less than a week to get out of it, and I was starting to think that I need to get out of it. And the reality of the situation is that I need this internet to be able to serve you, to be able to live out my mission. I need to continue to be documenting. I don't have time to be moving around, to be switching, to be waiting. Literally every day counts. This is going to cost me $11,000 for this internet connection. So I need to make it count. I need to be able to make, it's $11,000, well, about $12,000 over 3 years. So it's not like it's all overnight, and I do have the value of it over that time. But I need to start getting the value now. I need to start getting the impact now. So I am doubling down. That's why I am on Facebook, YouTube, free conference call, and Zoom. The free conference call is basically just an extra recording for myself in case something does go wrong. I may cut that out because I do have Zoom. There is a call-in phone number for it. The point is that I want people to be able to call in. I want people to be able to get on Zoom or listen to the podcast. Now, the Zoom, there are only going to be so many people on that. And some of the shows won't have people on at all because I have the Sidekick Mastermind, I have Apple Sidekick, Tesla Sidekick, 60-second brand, and the Law of Success Mastermind. So the Law of Success Mastermind, I'll probably have more people on, where we'll probably stop and people will be able to offer their viewpoints, and we'll switch between readers. But it's really about reading the text and then people sharing their thoughts about it to help everyone strengthen their own understanding of the text through both the keys to success, law of success, and Think and Grow Rich. Those are the 3 that we do throughout the week. Now, Sidekick Mastermind, I will have more people on the show. I don't know exactly how it's going to work. It may be more interview style. There's going to be a variety, but ultimately it's about, these are about me. These are about me strengthening my knowledge. These are about me developing myself for at least the rest of this year, 2019. Where it goes from there, I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if other people will take over my duties or if I'll maintain and keep doing this full time for, infinitely. I don't know how long ultimately I would go for, but I did pick these things in particular because Sidekick Mastermind, it's for the current and future billionaires of the world, the people that impact 1 billion or more lives. It's the Apple Sidekick Mastermind. That's not really a mastermind, but the Apple Sidekick show, that's about taking Apple technology and spreading it around, helping people get the best out of their Apple technology, and helping the Apple ecosystem to expand, strengthen, and more Apple entrepreneurs to go to the next level. That's what that's about. Similar thing with Tesla Sidekick. It's about getting the information out there, inspiring more people to purchase the products, but also inspire more people to innovate and improve the ecosystem for Tesla, because third-party companies do improve these ecosystems. That's how Ford built his empire, was through third-party companies. So it's very important to think about that. Then 60-second brand, it's about branding. Everyone needs to understand branding if they're in it for the long haul. Branding builds your company. It's about defining who you are and your commitment to your customers. The final one, the Law of Success Mastermind, that's just about helping people. We're going from happiness with the Sidekick Mastermind to success with the Law of Success. And the Law of Success really does create happiness. So it's a full circle thing, because the Sidekick Mastermind, when you're creating billionaires, people that impact 1 billion lives, they're going to have a lot of abundance in their life. So that's what selfless abundance means: living happy, healthy, and selflessly abundant. It's about impacting lives. You know, as someone that's experienced suicidal ideation for all of my life, I mean, it started when I was just a little kid, about 5 years old. And I remember, I believe it was like my aunt's mom that passed away, or I mean, not my aunt's mom, my mom's aunt. And there was this death in the family. That's the point. And I was this little kid. I had barely known her. And after that, I started really thinking about death and the struggle of life. I wish I would have understood learning from adversity and defeat back then. I wish I would have understood that our childhood is about learning and growing and experimenting and having fun. And if we're living, working, playing, loving, learning, paying it forward as a kid, we can live happy, healthy, and selflessly abundant, not be spoiled little brats. As a kid, we can work to solve problems and serve others with passion. It's not about compensation, but working to help your family, help others, solve problems with passion. I mean, that's what kids like to do. Kids genuinely like to work. Playing hard, loving harder, learning and growing by following curiosity, paying it forward with gratitude. That's what this is about. That's what this mastermind is about. It's about helping to take those things and to spread it around in such a way that people can live happy where before they would have struggled. It's not just about the poorest people of the world. It's about the richest people as well, because the richest people tend to be the poorest in happiness, and the poorest are not necessarily the poorest in happiness, but maybe the poorest financially in abundance. There's this collaboration that has happened, a global collaboration that enables things like this to allow us to connect where we would not otherwise be able to connect. I can put this message out there and we can actually interact. So I appreciate you, and I am so grateful for this opportunity to be able to have this daily mastermind. I take and I watch videos and I read and I learn and I coach myself through these other people's content. And then I take that and I share it with you. And today's podcast was really just an open talk about living, working, playing, loving, learning, and paying it forward, but initially about living happy, healthy, and selflessly abundant. It was a free talk on that because this past week I've been struggling with applied faith. I've been applying action, but I haven't been applying the faith. This week, the Law of Success Mastermind happens to be going through the chapter Applied Faith. So I'm going to be working on that. This week is going to be a good week. I feel good. Last week was pleasing personality. So this week I'm working on, because I had needed to learn a lot of patience last week. So I need to take this patience, this pleasing personality, and continue to work on it, and also use applied faith. Applying this action, but have faith that it's going to be okay. So I appreciate you watching or listening to this episode of the Sidekick Mastermind, and I will talk to you tomorrow.